our Semacon S140 coin sorter. This is a new one. We had another one that we had to send back. It ended up coming broken. I noticed it right away and told them we didn't want it, but Semacon was actually really good and they said that they would rather us. There was a bunch of reasons I didn't want it. They said that they would try and work with us and fix those problems. They fixed a couple of them. The main one that I'm still worried about is it tipping. So what happened was when I filled this hopper full of money, you would do anything on this end where the money comes out and it would tip, which is fairly sketchy when it's full of a couple $1,000s in money. So we told them that we would try it again, and we're hoping it works because I did a whole bunch of research and I think that this is the machine we want. The reason we want to use this one to roll over that one, the Cummins Allison JetSort 1000, is because it's slow. It's probably not slow to the average person, but with the amount of change that we do, it's slow. Whereas this one, it only takes 2-3 seconds to fill an entire roll, and then it's ready to go again immediately after that. Altogether, we have 4 coin sorters. This originally, Cascadia, I don't know what it's called. That was the original one, and that we just used for personal until we started the vending business. Then we bought that one. Correction, we were given this one when we bought some used machines from an older company, and they said they had it for 10 years. Really great machine, works well still, no issues. The only thing we didn't like is the same thing as the JetSort 1000, hopper's too small. Other than that, it's really good. That's how you clear a jam. It's pretty much the same as the Semacon 140. It's just the Semacon 140 is new. So that's it. This is how you adjust the diameter of the coin. One of the complaints I had to Semacon was if you look at the old Bilcon, it actually just had the setting and it snaps to that setting. Whereas this one is like a ratchet style. So you can set it to the diameter and anywhere in between. They said that their customers find it more beneficial. In my mind, that's yet to be determined. I still don't know if I like that. Here's the coin thickness style. You turn that just to set the size of the coin. And as you can see, it's just got letters. So NLT is nickel loony toony. And then to get this one off, it's a little more difficult than the Bilcon, which was another complaint I had. They made it a little bit easier, but still kind of difficult. So you can see that little ratchet wheel here. This is what it ratchets when it turns. This is the height adjustment, and just has those little detents there. Here's how you clear jam. You flip up, and there's the belt. There's a protection right here, so you can't turn it on unless the cover's on. I've still done it, but you shouldn't. There's to the hopper. Other than that, this does come off. It's kind of a pain to get off. You have to slide this over, and then it's supposed to pick up, but it hits on virtually everything. So you really can't get it out easily. Like right there, it's hitting, so you'd have to undo these 2 screws and the other 2 screws on the other side. And so I mean, really, you're not going to take that off. But the main reason I bought it was because of that conveyor. So you fill the hopper full of coin, push the start button, conveyor turns on. it automatically starts feeding the coin into the sort disc. I'm just going to put this other one away here. So the nicest thing about this is when you fill this, you don't have to stop until it's empty, whereas that one, you'd be, I don't know, every 2 to 3 minutes. With the old one, you would have to stop and refill it. This one I can probably do $600 to $700 in quarters before having to stop and refill the hopper. But what I'll do is I will show you right now how to, I'll show you filling it. So these are quarters that we already put through our JetSort 1000 and separated. So every coin denomination is already separated. We don't like using this one to separate it because it kind of sucks at that. So as you can see, it takes a lot of coin, which is really nice. The old one wouldn't have taken anywhere near that much coin. I will set it up now to wrap. Currently it's set to batch, so it takes 40 quarters to fill a roll. If you just want to count them, you just shut that off and it'll just keep going till the hopper's empty. But we'll turn that back on and I'll do a batch run right now. I'll just get some tubes ready to go here. Usually I do a few of them at a time just so I don't have to keep stopping. It would be nice to have a couple people, but sometimes it's just not possible. So our coin rolls, we buy them from a wholesaler out of Ontario. There is different companies, but we find these guys are the cheapest and their rolls still aren't that bad. There are better rolls, but we haven't really had any problems with these ones. Like I said, the flat ones, they come in a little box about this big, and it'd be way cheaper to ship and everything else. I just don't know how well it's going to work, so we might have to stick with these. So I got enough tubes. I usually put them on both sides so I can switch back and forth and it just goes quicker. Usually what I do is I roll them all first and then I'll crimp them all at one time. We used to just fold them over by hand, but we actually found that took too long. And when you're doing as many rolls as we have to do, it's just, time is precious. So that was one roll. And you just keep doing that over and over again. So I can show you just how quickly it goes when I do it continuously here without stopping. Wait. What we'll do, my wife thought it would be cool to time it. So what I'll do is I'll I don't know how many rolls I'm gonna do. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just set out like 10 rolls so that there's a better idea of how quick it is. If you want, we can do a comparison too, just to show you how much quicker this one is compared to that one. There's more buttons you gotta push in that one by the time it stops and then starts again, and everything else. It's just, it's slow. Okay, so I got 5 rolls on either side. It's not going to be super accurate because I'm going to push the start button and everything all at the same time.
Well, I can push it. Okay, just wait. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
32.31 seconds. We just did 10 rolls of coins. So on an average, I'd say on an average day, we're doing at least 100 rolls of quarters. No problem. So when we can do 10 rolls in 32 seconds, that it saves us a whole bunch of time. I'd say if we were to do the same test on that one, we would be at least 10 to 15 seconds longer. So when you're doing as many rolls as we do, it's worth it to buy another machine. Yes, it's still, so this machine is $1,600 Canadian. This one is $4,600 Canadian. It's probably a little bit much for most people, but for us it's worth it. And then when we're done this, normally I do them all at once and then I'll do this. We bought this because same thing. It usually takes 2 or 3 seconds, at least 2 seconds I'd say, to fold them all over and then set them down, compared to turning this on, jamming it into the tool, and it just crimps over the end. That'll be another review. We've only got the 3 crimpers for this machine, just because we don't get enough nickels and dimes. Yeah. Other than that, it's a really good machine. If I had to rate the Semacon S140 out of 10, I'd say it's probably a 7. Just because, like I said, this cover is somewhat cumbersome to get off. I wish that they matched the Bilcon better that I showed you earlier. That cover is really easy to get off. I like the detents on the size dial better. This piece, I don't know what to call it, pops off no problem. Honestly, if they made that machine with the hopper and the conveyor, I'd buy that over this any day. But for what it's worth and how much time it saves us, this is still a really good machine. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'm a little awkward with talking on camera, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. We have a lot of special things that I know a lot of the current YouTube vending guys don't do. If you want anything specific, just let us know.